Well, hello there. Welcome to another vlog. The very first, on the first, yeah, the very first vlog of 2025. And it is indeed the 1st of January. I don't know why I almost said July. Jesus Christ. It won't be long until we're there anyway, but anyway, I progress. Anyway, so welcome to New Year. It is 2025. Happy New Year to you all. Hope you all had, those of you that decided to celebrate with people, friends, family, whoever you decided to celebrate, well, bring in the new year with. Hope you had a nice time. We also did, it was a quiet affair. Usually with New Year, we don't bother going out, like out. Mostly because it's a ticketed do and it gets too busy, and I don't like it when I'm in a place where it's very confined. I'm not, I don't have a phobia of confined spaces, but I don't like being confined at the same time because anything can happen in that moment, especially when alcohol's in abundance. Last thing I want is to be sparked out or bloody fight breaking out just because you accidentally bumped into somebody. Things of that nature. And that's usually the reason why I shy away, so to speak, of, you know, of going out at New Year. Apparently my dad said that my dad and Jackie, they went out. They went out in the earlier in the afternoon, and on the way back, they drove through Hull city centre, and they said by about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, everywhere was absolutely heaving busy. So yeah, it's a good thing I didn't bother going out because there's no fun in that because you can't hear everybody talking. If you're in a group of people, you're trying to socialise, trying to talk to people, it's going to be ridiculously, busy and loud. And yeah, it's just not for me. When I was younger, yeah, I would. If I was a bit younger, say if I was in my early 20s or you know, early teens, late early 20s, whatever, or late teens to early 20s, whatever you want to say it, if I was at that age group, then yeah, I'll probably be a bit more for it. But now I'm an older man, 35. I feel old anyway. I just can't be bothered with it all now. I just don't have the same interest of going clubbing anymore. Most of the time when I go into a club, you look at everybody and like, Jesus Christ, are these people really, legal to come in here? Because you look at some of them and you're like, bloody hell, you look like 15. They probably are. They're probably on a fake ID like we used to do, but Uh, anyway, but no, but yeah, so New Year was just a simple affair. It's usually what we do. We don't really bother going out. So we just made it's a quiet affair really, for us. We just was here. My dad, Jackie, my good friend Smithy, and a mutual friend of ours called Steve. A friend of Smithy's, but I know him through Smithy, so mutual. Um, and yeah, so we invited Steve along because, well, the poor guy's on his own a lot. So he lives alone. He's in like a real little flat and everything, and he's been going through a lot of things in his personal life. So I just thought, well, me and Smithy just thought, why not? Just invite him to come round for New Year so he's not on his own. So that's what we did. Smithy graciously, kindly got a load of bits and cooked it all and everything for a little buffet for all of us. So we had that for something to eat and had a few drinks and let in the new year at midnight, obviously, as everyone would. Watched the fireworks and everything, and yeah, just listened to some music as well. And yeah, it was just a nice chilled out night. It was just a chilled out night. So yeah, so we're now in 2025. It's a whole brand new, fresh new year. We don't know what's around the corner because we're literally just in 2025. So I just hope it is a good year, and I hope everybody else that follow me and everyone on my friends and people that know me on my YouTube channels and socials and everything, people that follow me. I hope you all have a good. I hope 2025 is a good and rewarding year for you all, and I hope it's a kind year. I hope it's not a horrible year. Um, I mean, I've had my fair share of some points in my life where, you know, um, I've had some horrible points of year over the years, should I say. The year my mum passed away was, the year my mum passed away was, and I pretty much had to deal with that pretty much a whole year without my mum. Because my mum passed away in the February of that year, and it was only like maybe about 4 or 5 weeks after my dad celebrated his 70th birthday. So all as a family, we all celebrated my dad's 70th. We all went for a big family meal. There's a photo on the wall. I'm not going to show it, but there's a photo on the wall that one of my cousins did as a present to me and my dad, and it's basically that photo printed on a canvas background, like a canvas art thing. And so yeah, we all went for a family meal, and in that photo, you wouldn't even know my mum was very ill, and she took a turn for the worst a couple of days after that, and she caught pneumonia on top of her having idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis, which is the main thing she had, the main problem she had. And then when you get pneumonia, there's just no coming back from that. So yeah, so about 5 or so weeks after my dad's birthday, my mum passed away in the February. So literally I had to, pretty much from February right through birthdays, through Christmas, through anniversaries, all that stuff. I had to deal with all that stuff firsthand, and it was one of the worst years ever. First one of the worst years you could imagine, And then the year after that, my grandparents both died. My granddad passed away first. Not long before his birthday, I think, of that year. And then my grandma passed away about a month later, in hospital, and it was during the COVID situation, so it was limited to like visitors and stuff. So yeah, so well, no, was it? Hang on, I'm getting mixed up with myself. I don't think it was the year after my mum passed. I think it was the year after that. I think it was, yeah. My grandparents have both been gone now for about, I think it's 4 years since my grandparents have passed away. Yes, it's 4 years my grandparents. It's coming up to 8 years for my mum. So, yeah, it was a couple of years after my mum passed away that my grandparents passed away. But anyway, I digress. You get the point. I've had some horrible times when it comes to family members passing away, and also there was the whole issue with my mum's side of the family not liking my dad meeting another woman. So that was all that. I had to deal with all that firsthand as well. Basically kind of not, cutting ties, or not really being in contact with them, and the awkwardness that came with that situation. Because at the end of the day, this my dad meeting another person. This was like 2 years after my mum passed away, so that's when my dad met this other woman, Jackie, and some people, I understand where people might come from with their mindset is that 2 years isn't long enough after being married for so long. I can understand that, but end of the day, my dad's always said that life is for the living. You know, life is for the living. Life is for living. It's like being alive. You live your life. Even though my dad does miss his wife, of course he does. My dad's not heartless. He's not heartless at all. He was married to my mum for over 40 years. They were together for over 40 years. And so, you know, my dad was beside himself when she passed away. And that's basically what led him to meet. It was basically on my dad's side. I think it was my cousin. One of my cousins set him up on a dating site, and that's basically where my dad. It was basically said, "Why didn't you just get yourself out there?" They basically did it because my dad's mental health wasn't good. My dad wasn't in a good place. He was drinking a lot. He was drinking like a good half a bottle of he was going through a lot of whiskey basically, and I've never seen my dad drink as much as that in my life. And it started getting people on both sides of the family, my mum's side and my dad's side, started getting people a bit worried. And then that's why they suggested about a year or two after my mum passed away, why don't you see about maybe meeting someone or going somewhere to like a social club or something, and basically get my dad out the house basically, so he's not on his own while I'm at work and things like that. And that's basically how we met Jackie, was through a dating site. And yeah, it was so they're still together. They've been together now, coming on nearly 3 years now, I think. Since my dad met Jackie. It's all it is with Jackie. It's yes, the boyfriend and girlfriend. They're not getting married. They don't want to get married to each other. It is just it's a relationship, yes, but it's just more for mutual support for each other, because Jackie lost her husband. Jackie lost her husband, and he lost his wife. My dad lost his wife, so it was kind of that we're both going through similar situations. So we're both on their own. Didn't have anybody around except for certain people, like maybe. So it was basically that was few, through a mutual thing of losing a loved one. That's how they came to be, and it was just a mutual support for each other. And it got my dad through a very dark spot. It got her through a dark spot. And that's how I saw it, and that's why I've supported it. But unfortunately, my mum's side of the family, after finding out about Jackie, I can understand it to a degree. It was her, it was their sister, it was their daughter. I can understand that. You can't replace a sister or a daughter. Of course you can't. And my dad didn't want to replace my mum. It was just one of those things, is that he couldn't see himself without somebody there with him. He couldn't go through the rest of his life on his own without no one. And so that's basically that, and that caused a bit of tension between my grandparents and my mum's sister, my cousin, and all that, my mum's side of the family. And I just shied away from it all. I just became a neutral party. I didn't side with my grandparents. I didn't side with my dad. I was just completely neutral. And I was more supportive of my dad because I saw my dad spiraling, and I was a bit concerned, and I was glad that he found someone because it helped him get through that. And yeah, but even to this day, there's still a little bit of issue with my dad meeting Jackie. But ever since my grandparents passed, it's just one of those things. I've had some horrible years, since my mum passing away, since my dad met Jackie, the whole family issue on that side, my grandparents passing away, and I was unable to say my final goodbyes to either of my grandparents because of COVID. and everything. So I was really in a bad place those points of time, and I've had some horrible times over the years with that. But going forward, like 2024 wasn't too much of a bad year because everyone's still here that is still alive, you know. Um, compared to those years, 2024 wasn't too bad. Yes, we lost some great people when it came to celebrities, but when it came to people in my family and things like that, or good friends of mine and that, I've not lost anyone like that. 2025, I just hope it continues on that road. I don't lose anybody dear to me. That's all I really care about. But yeah, just I hope 2025 is a good year for me. I would like to meet somebody special, but like I say, I'm not going to put any pressure on that. It'll happen when it happens. Um, I would love to meet somebody special to share my life with. I know I'm only 35. I'm still relatively young, but it's getting to the point now where I'm scared to be on my own, and if anything was to happen to my dad, that's it. I'm on my own, and it's that alienization of me literally just being on my own that terrifies me. That I'm on my own. If anything was to happen to me, there's nobody there to really see or help. Say if I just suddenly collapsed in the house somehow or fell down the stairs and nobody notices for days or weeks. I know it sounds very dramatic, me saying that, over dramatic, but it's the point, isn't it? It's being on your own which terrifies me, and I just want to be with somebody. Or yes, I've got close friends. There's Sam, there's Smithy, there's other people I know, like on my dad's side of the family and that. But I'm more close to my mum. Well, that's the thing is, I don't know. It's a bit one of those things. But I just don't want to. I just don't want to be a burden on people as well. I don't like being a burden or feel like I'm being a burden. So, there's nothing wrong with asking for help if you need it. Of course there isn't, but I just don't like being a burden to people because they've got stuff going on in their lives as well, and I don't want to add to that problem, any more problems to them, that they're already dealing with themselves, That's just me. Well, I just thought 2025 is a good year for me. I hope it's a positive year. Probably see about another job at some point this year, I think. I think that's probably definitely one thing on the agenda. I don't do New Year resolutions or anything like that, because usually they don't come true if I say. So I don't waste my time mentioning anything. But all I care about is that it's a good year, it's a productive year. I'm still in work, even though I don't like the job, but I'm still working, so that's a positive. There's TF Nation stuff coming up in the future within the next couple months or so. August, and also there's the Minicon as well. Also, me and Smithy are thinking of going abroad again some point later in the year. So there is stuff for me to look forward to. Again, stuff to plan and that kind of thing. So I'm just going to take it one day at a time, 1 week at a time, 1 month at a time, and just take this year as it comes. That's all you really can do, isn't it, really? But anyways, folks, I'm going to get going. Thank you so much for watching. Sorry this has been a bit of a roller coaster of a vlog. Started off positive, ended up being a bit depressing, but I apologise. But anyway, Happy New Year to you all. I hope 2025 is a good year for you all. I hope you all have a good time. I just hope it's a good year for everyone. And I shall be back properly going forward now, because I'm not on Christmas rota hours anymore. They officially finished as of the day that I broke off for New Year. So I'm back at work tomorrow, but I'm only at work really for 1 day. So I'm working tomorrow, and then I'm off Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I'm back to having my 3 days a week off. which I'm very happy about. So yeah, so I'm back to normality. I'll be starting to make some more videos. I'll be doing some more Transformers reviews for my main channel and whatever. Basically, I'll be starting to do my main channel videos again. Starting to get back into the vlogging side of it, and I also want to bring back the live streams as well. So I want to try and do a live stream at least maybe every week or two. But once I get back into the normality of things, then I can start rolling these things out. But thank you very much for watching. Thank you for your continued support. Thank you for supporting this channel and my main channel throughout this 2024, throughout this past year. Thank you so much for all the support. Thank you to all the new subscribers. Thank you to everyone that's commented. Just thank you for the support for both channels. So thank you very much indeed. Thank you very much. Take care of yourselves, and I'll be back very soon. Everything will be back on track. So yeah, expect at least a vlog a week, or if not two. At least I'll say for now, I'll vlog a week. So you're at least going to see at least one vlog a week going forward. So thank you very much. Bye bye.